Hi guys, Michael here, and well, the fact that I said hi guys, Michael here, that usually means it's a chilling and chatting, because I don't usually do Michael's here with any other time, so yeah, it is. So I wasn't going to do one, but I get asked quite a lot of questions, and sometimes I do, I feel like doing one, sometimes I don't, but these are more, I was asked my opinion on a few things, and I saw that these topics are going round a lot, and I'm a little bit late to them, but yeah, I wasn't going to come in, but I am, so I'll talk about them quickly. There's only three things I'm going to talk about. So first I'm going to talk about first a young boy that was being bullied called Keaton Jones. It's been a big news. Most of you have probably heard about it. Now what I'm going to do is, rather than go deeply into the details of it and, you know, take a load of time, I'm going to put a couple of links into the description. One will be the video, I'll explain what it's about in a second, but one will be the video of Keaton Jones, and the second will be a link to Philip DeFranco video, because I actually like Philip DeFranco. I like his news. He's very straightforward. He ain't afraid to give his opinion, but he does explain things well and he's quite precise. So rather than me do my usual long-winded thing, I'm going to let Philip DeFranco do it, and so go to the link in his descriptions to find out more about the story, but I'll tell you some of it quickly. Keaton Jones is a young boy who was being terribly bullied at school. Like, his friends were pouring milk, well, not his friends, the bullies were like pouring milk over him and things like that, and it were really bad. So his mother did something personally I would not have ever done, but she did a video of him talking about the bullying, and of course he got very emotional and was crying, and she posted it online and it went viral. That's why you probably have heard of it, and it got some support then, from a lot of people. It blew up. Loads of support from public in general, even some stars, like even some celebrities like Justin Bieber, Chris Evans, who invited him to go to, you know, Avengers movie with him and premiere with him and this kind of thing, because he's of course Captain America and things like that. So there were a lot, and some others, but there were a lot of normal public as well, and it was going really well. But as usual happens on the internet, and this is why I say she should never have done it, there's too many people on the internet that like to try and turn something good into something bad. It's just the nature of the beast. People enjoy it. There's a lot of sick people out there, and they like to find ways to turn something positive into a negative. And that's kind of happened. Like, some controversy came out of it. It kind of started when Keaton's mother was supposedly spoke to this MMA fighter called Joe Chillin. Now, Joe Chillin, apparently, as it turns out, it seems like it wasn't Keaton's mother. It was actually somebody pretending to be, and they made kind of racist comments. Now, for something this big, when it's a video about a video that's blown up and it's about this boy being bullied, the natural, intelligent thing to do would be to check your facts, because that's what I say, check your facts. It's not a natural saying. You check your facts, then once you check your facts, you know, post it or not post it, tell people about it or not, depending on what you've found out. Joe Chillin, unfortunately, wasn't that clever and decided to do the stupid thing of just slap it online and go, oh look, and believe every word of it, without really realising that online you can be talking to anyone. You don't know who you're talking to. As it turns out, it looks like it isn't Keaton's mother. So, you know, and of course that then blew up, and everybody started saying, oh my god, Keaton's mother's a racist and all this, and you know, all of a sudden it started deflecting off of what was really important, Keaton being bullied, and you know, so it just blew up from there. And then somebody started a GoFundMe, and people started saying that, you know, they were behind that, and they were trying to make money off for all this. When it turns out, this has actually been confirmed by somebody who said they started the GoFundMe to help the family. The family did not ask them to do it. The family did not tell them to do it. They started it on their own. They just decided to do a GoFundMe and for the family. So everybody was showing hate for the GoFundMe on the family, and they never did it, and it wasn't. So, and then there was another one where, and then all of a sudden somebody said from somewhere, oh, Keaton said the N-word, and that was why he was getting bullied. So, of course, people then were saying, oh, he said the N-word, he deserves to get bullied, and all this kind of thing. But yet, there's no proof he said the N-word. Nobody's come forward and said, I heard it. Nobody's come forward and said, I was the one that said it. Nobody said anything. It just seems that somebody decided to stand up and go, hey, he said the N-word, and then they disappeared back into the shadows, and somebody else went, oh, did he? Oh, did you hear? He said the N-word. And then they disappear back into the shadows, and then some more come forward, they all hear it, and they go out and say it, then disappear into the shadows, and before you know it, it starts to spread, and it becomes a rumour. And nobody's proving anything, but everybody decides to believe it. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people decide to believe it because they have no intelligence. And they don't say, wait there, where's the proof of this? No, they don't want proof, they just want to believe it. So they just believe it. So that's how stupid they are. And so it's kind of gone from there. There was a little bit of trouble, like there was a picture of Keaton's mother near the picture with her and the Confederate flag. And the family, including Keaton, stood in a picture with a Confederate flag. Now, I know what the Confederate flag's linked to. It's linked to a terrible time. I can understand why people don't find that appropriate. I'm not going to sit and try and defend things that aren't. I mean, that's not a good idea. This day and age, it certainly isn't a good idea because it's linked to some terrible things in history. And yeah, I can understand, but that doesn't mean. That doesn't mean that you take away from Keaton. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to put a couple of links. There'll be three. There'll be two. One where Philip DeFranco reports on it. There'll be another one of Philip DeFranco where he kind of updates about it. You can watch that too. And then there'll be a third one where it will be actually the video that the mother took of Keaton when he was speaking about the bullying. And I'll put all them in the description. So please go and have a look at them. It is if you don't know about the story, it is actually quite interesting how it started and how it turned. It just goes to show what kind of people are on the internet. I'm never disappointed by how stupid and nasty people on the internet turn out to be. They never let me down. Every time, because I have a bad opinion of people on the internet, faceless people, and they never manage to disappoint me in how bad they get. So, Anyway, next story is I was asked about if I did about DrDisRespect. I have. He's a streamer on. He plays PUBG a lot, but I think you used to play H1Z1 a lot. But he plays PUBG a lot, and he's really good. He's like really talented at it, and he's one of the most well-known gamers. In fact, he won an award this year for the most popular streamer. So he's one of them. So is that well known? And he came out to admit that he had been cheating on his wife. Now, me personally, my thoughts are like this. One, I have no sympathy for him because I have sympathy for the wife. She didn't do anything wrong. But, as usual, fans are willing to let anything go. So they're like, oh, don't worry, Doc, we'll stand behind you. We're here for you. If you need us, we're here. And it's like, well, no, you should be offering that to wife. But that's not the point. My advice would have been to DrDisRespect, don't bring it onto the internet. I mean, the same reason for Keaton as it were for Keaton. Once it's on the internet forever, it stays there. Don't bring it. Because it's never a good thing. It'll always be there to be thrown in your face and things like that. What he should have done is said, he's not been sleeping, he needs to catch up on some rest, he's very weak, he's been feeling quite weak and that, he's going to take a week or so off, or a bit longer off, or a couple of weeks off, and then he should have gone away for a bit and worked on sorting his family out and sort of smoothing that over. And then if it had wanted, he could have always every 2 or 3 days done a tweet or something saying, hope you're well, guys, I'm enjoying the rest, I'll be back in a few weeks, whatever, and then carry on. I would not have brought it online. I can understand he wants to be transparent, but people can look at it a couple of ways. They can say, well, did his wife find out and he was afraid that she'd tell it, so he told it? Or did the person he was cheating with threaten to tell everybody? Or is it a case of he really did just want to open his heart to try and clear his conscience? either way, it wasn't a good idea, I don't think, to do it on the internet. It's up to him, of course, and he decided his way, and I'm not going to knock it if that's the way he wanted to do it. I just don't think personally I would have ever been that open, because I don't trust people enough. To me, I always say, don't tell people more than you're willing for people to know, because people will dig. The more famous you are, the more well known you are, people will try and dig deeper into who you are, where you are, what you do, and everything. And if they can find something scandalous and bad, they'll dig it up, and if they can't, they'll make it rumours. So, to me, he should have really kept it off the internet, I think, and not brought that into forefront. I mean, people say, like, all these streamers or these vloggers, like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and things like that, they show you their real lives. Don't know they don't. They show you a small piece of it. They show you a couple hours. They record an hour or a couple hours and then post it online. You don't see what happens. There's 24 hours in a day. You don't see what happens. I mean, Jake Paul would say when he were having a go at Rascal in that video, and he was saying, I'm a CEO to companies and things like that. They have a business to run. Do you really think they run round doing all that stupid stuff that they do on the vlogs? Do you honestly think they do that all the time? Every time somebody meets them, they're doing all that kind of thing and talks to them? No, that's when cameras are rolling. It's like anything. It's an act. It's a character. Action, and you do your stuff. Cut. Right, now go and do it. I mean, you can tell that from. I mean, look at all the things people have said when they've left Team 10. Jake Paul's group. I mean, they've said things about him with bullying and all this kind of stuff, bad attitude and all this. You don't see that in his vlogs. He hides that. So, I just think that you need to have an open mind and not believe that everything really is being put out there by these vloggers. It isn't. You get to see what they want you to see. As simple as that. Okay, and finally, I hate this topic, but I'll try and get through it. Social justice. What's my opinion? Well, it's why I hate it. I hate it. I think it's dangerous. I think social justice is pure danger. It's whenever you get a group of people who have no face in charge of something, then there is no comeback. So they will do anything, say anything, think, and make anything happen. And I mean, if you look, there's a group. I'm not going to say its name. It starts with A, ends in A. They wear a lot of black, and they turn up to college campuses to cause a lot of trouble. You can find out if you want, but I'm not getting into it. But point is, why do you think they cover the faces? It's because then they can do what they want. That's what they've even said before. If you hide the faces, you've got your anonymity, and anonymity is the worst thing you can give. And online, you've got your anonymity. To some extent, admittedly, people can track IPs and things like that. But I'm on about that if you, in just a normal, you say you're in a chat room or a forum or something, on the whole, normally people might not know how to track people. You've got your anonymity to some extent. So, people say things like with Keaton, like I said, they start rumours. That's social justice at his heart there. People start rumours. Things change, the evil comes out, the pack mentality starts up, and these are people who recently are starting to get more and more control. Because people are scared of being tagged as a racist or a sexist or something else or however, whatever. People are so scared of it that now they conform. They basically do what they're supposed to do, say what they're supposed to say. There's even white people who are apologising for their white privilege and things like that. And it's all because they don't want to be seen as being an evil person. Because the way social justice says it is, you're an evil person if you don't agree with what they say. And they say that whites are guilty of everything, basically, and should be ashamed of their white privilege and everything. And all this. I'm not going to get deep into it because it gets political, and I'm not going to get into that. But the point is, it's not good. I mean, that's why you have to have leaders, whether it be a prime minister, a president, a queen, a king, or whether it's a group of people in like a council or whatever, some kind of group that's in charge. But you have to have a kind of pecking order and a top whether it's one person, two people, or a few people. You know, you need a top, because they're the people that, you know, that people look to do controlling. Now, they might not make the right decisions. They might make decisions for the country, but them decisions hurt the individual. But they'll try and make them for the country, and it doesn't always work out. But the point is that they do these things. But when you have society run, but when you have everything run by society, where there is no leadership, where there is no face to it, then who's making the decisions? Well, society is. Yes, but society still needs to have someone who makes the decisions, because not everybody's going to agree. Somebody might say one thing, somebody might think another. So then you've got conflicting things, and even if they're on the same side, they might still not fully agree on everything. So then you've got conflicting things. This is why you have somebody in charge who makes the final decision. When you have society making the decisions, it's all about faceless people who aren't afraid to do anything. Now, what I'm going to do to make my opinion, to show my opinion even more is, I'm going to put another link in the description, and it's to a series of videos. It's probably about 40 minutes viewing altogether. You know, I think longest is just over 10 minutes. It's by a guy called Darren Brown, who does psychological experiments on people or crowds, and he sets up a test, you know, an experiment on called remote control, and he does it on an audience. He invites an audience to this venue, and they believe that they're going to be controlling what happens to a man throughout the night. They're going to have secret cameras on the man, and they're going to have actors around him, and they're going to make decisions on what happens to him through the night. And that is part of it. The guy doesn't know he's being filmed. It's hidden cameras. There's actors all the way around it, and he's on a night out. His friends are with him, and they're in on it. And over at night, the audience are given two choices, A or B. A is a good outcome, B is a bad outcome. Like, for example, A, does he get bought a free drink by someone, which is a good outcome, or B, does he get a drink spilt on him, and, you know, does he get a drink dropped on him by mistake, which is a bad outcome, because then we've got drink all over him. You know, and but the one thing is that all the audience have to wear a mask. It's only like a half face mask. It covers forehead, around eyes, over nose, cheeks, that kind of thing. And bottom part of the mouth is uncovered. You can still see that. But everybody is just wearing this plain half face white mask, and it makes them all faceless. Everybody's just looking the same. It's complete anonymity. And it's so interesting to see what happens when people are anonymous and the pack mentality kicks in. And the good thing, and the thing is, right at the end is a very good turn on the audience. A shocking thing that happens that turns on the audience. And their reaction is very interesting, because one of the first things some of them do is start taking their masks off. As if to say, oh, it weren't me. I weren't part of this. Crowd were making decisions. I didn't do anything. Look, I'm Frank or Joe or Claire or Sue, whatever. I'm just an individual. It weren't me. And that's, to me, how social justice is. You know, people are quick as the pack mentality to laugh and joke and make sometimes make bad decisions because they've got nothing to lose. They're just one of the pack. But when it goes wrong, all of a sudden they hold their hands up and it's like, no, I didn't do it, it weren't me, look, it was everybody else. And they can do that because you can't prove it's them, because they were faceless. They're just anonymous. And I don't mean the anonymous hacking group, I'm on about anonymous unknown. You know, but they're just not known. And so they can do what they want, say what they want, and there's no real comeback. And that's what we saw in this experiment that Darren Brown did. So you'll find the link to that as well. I really suggest you watch it. It's really, really interesting. And, you know, it shows how society thinks. And it'll make you see that this is what social justice is. Okay, so I think I've done enough now. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, by the way, what you're watching is Dead Cells. I did a quick run, just running around, swinging at things to do this voiceover to. And yeah, so that's what that is. I suggest you get this if you haven't got Dead Cells. It's a great game, a lot of fun. and it's well worth playing. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. I have got some. I am still doing other gaming videos, of course. Don't Starve will be coming. I just didn't get. I haven't got round to it yet because I've been doing other things. There's some more Kingdom and Castles and things like that. And I've got a couple of. And another. And yes, I will be doing another Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, which is one of the greatest ever names. And so yeah, and I might have something else coming up as well. Another video that I'm going to start, another one or two that I'm going to start up. Instead of just doing one or two, I might just kind of dabble in quite a few and have a bit of fun with them all, just to loosen things up a little bit, rather than concentrating on just one or two. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You take really good care. Love you all, and if you want to click a like, click a like. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. And I will see you next time. You take care, and bye for now.